All right. Hey, friend. Cinebale calling you, letting you know about the book club. And while I do that, I'm take this time to take my fingernail polish off of my fingers and toes. And if I'm on here long enough, I'll paint my fingers and toes. Maybe we'll see. I definitely got to remove the paint and then I'm going to change the color. So, my fingernails are emerald green. Yes. And my toes didn't get emerald green even though I would have wanted to paint my toes emerald green. I think I'm going to go with pink sparkles. I don't know what the name of it actually is, but it's like a whole bottle of sparkles and I love it. And it's pink. So I'm gonna see how that uh puts on. So yeah, book club. I got my book club. Everything is in the description box. I posted posts on social medias. So it's and I posted several posts, so you might have to scroll down a wee little bit for the details. Yeah, so I have two book clubs going on. I have a book club, I have a read along with forms. So with a form. So there's a book club, there's a read along, there's a form. So the read along is with the form, and then the book club is the book club. Um, kick off Pop off is November 13th. Um, so yeah, you have time to get the book. If you get the digital download, then you get it immediately. Immediately. Let me get my polish remover so that I can go ahead and get that started. Okay. So I got my digital um copy. Also had got the sample because I wanted everything. It's a real good, easy read. It's an excellent read, excellent tips. I actually had to stop myself from reading it. I read about 13% and made some form entries, so that we can have that. So yeah, I wanted to get that on and popping, as a welcome, as an appetizer, as an hors d'oeuvre, have the spread laid out so when you guys come into the read along, that'll be there. Um okay, where's my hold on. Looking, is that what I'm looking for? No, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, what else? That's Oh yeah, I know what's that. So yeah, book announcement, book club announcement. So I finally got a book club. I'm welcoming you. Come and join me in the book club and the read along. um, this is separate from anything else I'm doing, really, like for the most part. So yeah, that's that. Check the social medias and the description bar for that. Um, I would also like to say I'm on my 49th book. I read my 49th book yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And I am on a bit of a reading streak. Uh, Today I haven't read those. So wait, have I? I don't. Well, not a book I've read, but not a book. So not just yet. But yes, I do intend on keeping my reading streak. Uh, so yeah, I'm on my 49th. Wait, did I read today? Was that today or yesterday? That was today. I read earlier this morning. Okay, so when I got up this morning, like one of the things I did was I read The Law of Attraction. That was earlier this morning. Okay, so that was this morning. I read my 49th book. So Law of Attraction is one of those books that I have on my bookshelf to read. It's actually like on the Justin You Are Creators app that I was telling you guys about. And it's one of the books that I hadn't read yet. So I went and read that today because I was telling you guys that the books on his app, uh the I think yeah, you go to his channel and find out about the app. So I have the app and I have a few books on there that I haven't read that I would like to read. My goal is to read all the books in his app. And I've read most of them. And that was one of them. So I wanted to make sure that I incorporated, I was telling you guys, I wanted to make sure I incorporated those books with the books on my actual shelf because those are the books I actually started reading like in April. So I wanted to continue those and complete reading those for my bookshelf chronicles. Every book that is on my bookshelf, if it's available, when it's available, when I go and I look it up in the bookshop that I have, I add it to my bookshop. Every single book. Uh, and the books that I'm reading in the book club, I made a specific shelf for those. I have read those books, except for the Harry Potter book. I'm still on Harry Potter, the Half Blood Prince. I'm on that one, and the club just announced, like maybe a day or so ago. Yeah, 2 days ago, something like that. That the next book that we're reading is Deadly Hollows. So I was like, okay, great. I get to read Harry Potter more. I get to continue my literary muscle training because that's what I would like to do. So, yeah, so every book that I complete, I've added it to my bookshop available for you because that's what I really, really, really wanted to do for you, friend. Is when I discuss books, have them available for you so that you could have them right at your fingertips. You can get them and read them and enjoy them as well. I didn't want to just tell you about the books without offering you the books as well. So I'm offering the books to you as well via um, the shop. And let me share the shop with you. Okay, there's the shop so that you can shop and enjoy the books. I have created some new blogs with some new book reviews on there. I do my extended book reviews on my blogs, I have started doing like short reviews on public sites. Um, I've been thinking about doing longer reviews, but my reviews be so long. Okay, I leave those longer blogs for my longer reviews for my blog. So yeah, but I've been choosing to interact with the book review features on the book reading place in the book reading places publicly, so that I can engage with other readers. Um, so that's what's going on with that. So yeah, my 49th book was Law of Attraction. Um, I have not changed the number of books for my reading goal. My reading goal this year was 37 books. I'm now at 49 books, and I do like how that number how it looks, how it I like how it looks. I could have switched it to like 50 and made it to 50, but it don't show where I started. It doesn't show where I started and now where I going, where I am. I do like that. It's a few people that don't move. I've seen a few people that have shown their reading goals and they don't, or when they show it, it's showing where they started and where they are. It shows like, okay, for example, somebody's goal was 200 books. And then the books that they read superseded that. It was like 240 books. And it shows that. So quite a few people have done that and kept that like that. Because I was wondering if and I've been suggested by the book goal thing to like, okay, change you met your goal, now change it up to keep you motivated. So I was like, I like how that looked though. I like how it looked. Like, yes, I have accomplished my goal, but I'm continuing. I'm going. I'm keeping it going. So I do like how that looks. So I haven't touched it. But in my mind, I set my next reading milestone to 50. And I even picked out my 50th book to read. And that would be, I already have it picked out. I haven't started reading it just yet, though. Uh, it's a mythology, and I do have some mythologies on my wish list. I have several mythologies on my wish list. Lord have mercy. uh, so yeah, it's a mythology, and I'm trying to see if I can pronounce it correctly. Maybe you guys can guess it. So yeah, it's a mythology book. Guess, maybe you can guess, see what it is, put in the comments and the chat box and things like that, and see what my 50th book will be. Um my 50th. Well, actually, yeah. Well, hold on. I think it counts if I finish reading it to be my 50th book. So like right now, I am reading some books, and on the 13th, I'm gonna be pew, 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 reading it. Like this book for the book club, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be rereading because I've already reread a few pages, and I'm like, yes, this book, I'm gonna possibly be revisiting this book, rereading this book. I'm already rereading this book as I read the book. I'm already rereading the book. Um, and I do enjoy the book already. I'm uh implementing the information in the book already, and it's been helpful to me already. Already, guys. So come on and join in with in the book club and the read along and the forums. Is already helping. So I was like, oh my goodness, I guess I should wait till the 13th because I probably that probably would have been my 50th book or my 49th book if I hadn't stopped myself from reading it. I probably would be finished with it already. Um, yeah. So I'm liking seeing people's reading goals and they superseding the reading goals and 200 book goal, and they reading over 200 books. So I'm like, yes. I'm like, okay, I started reading in April, like for this year. And then I started taking it. Well, actually, I read a lot in April, like I said, with the app that Justin has from You Are Creators. Um and then August, I started making it a priority because I knew that's what I wanted to do and accomplish. And yeah, I'm looking at it like prioritizing and scheduling my reads. And I'm like, okay, now which one is going to come in at 50? Am I going to make it a priority for this book to be 50, or am I just going to chillax? Maybe it'll be 51 because it is a suggestion. It's a suggestion. It's a suggestion because I asked uh, Chat GPT about um, a book suggestion for and a book not not a book suggestion, but what to do after meeting my goal of reaching 37 books, and it suggested to up the ante to 50 books and perhaps read this book for your 50 book. So I took that into consideration, and yeah, that's where I'm at now. So I'm like, okay, so how do I do this? Like, I'm looking forward to reading the book. I do have another book though that I'm interested in reading too. So I'm like, okay, well, I could take that as a suggestion, and it might be my 51st book. We'll see. It's a suggestion. I'm like, by this rate, it's probably gonna be my 60th book. Oh goodness, because I am reading like about 9 other books. So yeah. And then I'm noticing like admiring I'm admiring people that like read like 1 and 2 books a week or even more than that. And I was like, I guess I was doing it too. Um it seems I don't maybe because I'm reading more than one, it seems like it's I don't know, because I mean I have finished a few books this week. Uh so I just would like to continue to strengthen my reading abilities. That's what I'm working on. Strengthening and focusing in on the reading abilities and building up on them. Uh, yeah, I did finish some books today or this week. I finished the Tales of Lovecraft. Um, I finished another book as well, and another. I finished about 3 or 4 books. So I'm like, girl, look at what you're doing. Before you go, yeah, you don't need, yeah, stay away from the comparison. I mean, I'm just noticing and I'm looking and I'm seeing that it's possible. Like before, I would see like big numbers of reading goals and I'd be like, um, um, but now I'm seeing the big numbers of reading goals and I'm like, yes, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. Um, Especially with the book recommendations that I've gotten, like from, okay, so yeah, maybe that played a part in me not, um, when I, in the past, when I saw a big number of reading goals, I didn't have a large reading recommendations. I might have had one book on hand. And I might not have known exactly what to read, but now with the book recommendations, it's like no problem. Oh, that's pish posh. You read that? Sure. and and I'm like, yeah, let's read those books, and I'm like, yeah, and I don't know exactly when they started reading the ones with the higher numbers and the higher goals achieved. I'm guessing, if I had to guess, which I might be wrong, because people do have different reading speeds and formats. Um, I would guess that they started earlier this year, uh, and had higher streaks than I. But I started when I started, and I took it upon me to make it a priority. And I see that's what a lot of readers are doing. Like they making it a priority. That's how come they can get it done. Anything you want to get done, you making it a priority. Ain't that right, friend? Whew. So yeah, I thought I'd come in here earlier. Um, this is pretty early for me. I did some knitting earlier today. Um, and I did my best to keep my fingers from the needle points, the points of the needle, and I utilized the needles and had the needle push off the stitch, and I attempted to scoop my stitches closer to the edge so that it wouldn't take so much for me to have to push it off, because when I, okay, so sometimes, well, I like to have my stitches away from the edge. And yeah, so that's the pushing the tips, and yeah, so I scooted my stitches closer. And these needles, I'm thinking like, oh, I sure would love to change my needles. Yes, in the middle of this project. I do like the color. Like the color is I think it's purple. They're either purple or blue. Um I do like the color. I like the size. They're acrylic though. And I don't know, like my straight acrylics seemed smooth. They seemed smooth when I worked with them. I also was new at knitting. But now that I'm not as new, the acrylic um needles with the acrylic yarn, it's 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 not it's not it's not it's it's very beginner friendly, and I think I'm ready to move to the next material in needles. Like maybe I could try a metal, maybe my first love is birch wood. uh i think I think they have acrylic on top of them though. Hmm. I haven't knitted with this size of a birch wood though. My birch wood needles are, I have a couple of chunkies, like 19, 17, and 13, I think. And I think I had a 6 or a 4. They broke. That one, I had one of them break. Um, I do like the feel of the birch wood. They my first love. They my first crush. Like I was I was on a Harry Potter kick somehow, some way. Harry Potter has been in my life, Lord. And I was looking for like magical tools. I was like, if I'm gonna knit and crochet, I needed to be magical. I need magic on my side. So I started looking for like tools that were made with birch because of the property of birch, and the Harry Potter wands are made with birch. So yeah, I was like, I'm gonna need that birch. But yeah, for this size, I don't have any. Hold on, I do. I I don't know. I have to look and see if I have some metal that's this size. But they would be straight. They would be straight. So I kind of been thinking about switching needles. I don't know. Like I'm thinking, because that can be tricky. I think it could be done, and maybe it does get done, but I know it could be tricky. I'm thinking about, oh, I found out how to do it. Okay. So instead of doing it how I thought I was had to do it, which was like slide the needle. I thought I was gonna have to slide the needle through the stitches with the needle on it, kind of like that. Like that is a way. But I'm thinking what I could do is like drop the other side of the circle needle, hold the metal needle like it's that side that I would be holding, and knit it off of the round needle onto the metal needle. That'll do it. I think that'll do it. I think I'm gonna change to metal. I have to check and see if I have this size. Um, and I also have to check and see what size it is. I think it's a 8 US 5.5. I think off top. I think I'm not sure. No, it's not a 5.5. It's a 5 mm. It's a 5. It's not a 5.5. It's a 8. It's a 8 US 5. I think. I have to check, and then I gotta go check and see if I have a metal that's that. I have some wood that's that. I think I got some wood that's 6, and I got a metal that's 6, but I'm not using that size. I think I'm using like a 5 or a 4. I don't know. It might be a 5. A US 8 5, I think. So I think I'm going from the circular needles that I've been using because they're acrylic, and it's kind of tough working with how it's like sticking and how I like to knit, and it's like not sliding good. So I think I'm gonna put it on some metals for it to slide better for me. We'll see. Um, wood, and it might just be better on the fact that it's gonna be on straight needles too, instead of the circular with the cord, and like how the stitches get behind on the cord and then you gotta push it up. So yeah, it might just flow better by it being on the straight needles. It is a straight panel. I don't need the circular needles. I was just using it for the size. The size, and it's warm. The acrylic needle is, it's not cold like the metal. So I gotta look into that. I did have some straight acrylics that were quite smooth. But anyways, I don't have my straight acrylics anymore. I just got my woods, and they're mostly bamboo. I don't have the birch yet. I only have like 3 birches, and they are chunky. They're chunky 19, 17, 13. Those are like for chunky yarn and bigger stitches. So yeah, I got bamboo, and bamboo is kind of not as smooth as the birch. I love knitting with the birch. I also don't mind crocheting with the birch too. I do have a set of birch hooks. Mm. So yeah, I gotta see about switching those needles around for it to see if that'll be a smoother experience knitting with the metal hook. I do have my project on the circular needles to keep the stitches better. Like it's easier because you could just slide all the stitches down into the cord of it all, and it's easier to move around and set it down because the stitches are snuggled up with the cord and not at the edge of the needle tips. So when I transfer them to the metal straight, I'm going to have a different method of putting the project down and picking it back up. I slid my work off of some straight needles on accident. I was going through my yarn and projects, and I knew I had a project in this basket. I just didn't know like how I had my needles. So I pulled out one needle. One needle was free from the project. And then I pulled out the other needle. And as soon as I did it, I was like, that was the one that had the project on there. So I had to gingerly pick up my project and ease the stitches back on there. I was like, phew. Oh, so yeah. Okay, friend. I was thinking. I know I said this before, but I'll say it again because I like it. It's a fun topic. I had mentioned I had mentioned the movie Set It Off because I was watching a movie reaction to that movie. I watched a few reactions actually to that movie, and at the end of it, the movie reaction that I enjoyed, I was thinking about it and did the live stream and mentioned to you about how um they're like where's the two and how Cleo should rise and be on Fortnite and um a series a Set It Off series. So I know like there are other movies. Queen Latifah is in other money heist movies like Bad Money. Is it called Bad Money? Mad Money. I think it's called Mad Money. And they do the same thing. So I'm like, is that part two? Like, is that the spinoff from when she tapped her pocket? Is that the spinoff? Like them ladies like, oh yeah, we could have a movie together, girl. So I think that's a spinoff. I think it's called Mad Money. Mad Money is a spinoff from that when Cleo was in the line and the woman had to see if um that uh I had to point it out. And then I was like, oh yeah, Set It Off did get a series. It's called Living Single. I like, that's it. Yes. Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, she's Jada Pickett's character. Cleo is Khadijah. Um, Regine is Frankie. Let's see if I can call her by name. What's her other her cousin's name? Um, Regine, Khadijah, Max, Sinclair. Sinclair is the girl with the baby. I don't know her name. It said it all. The girl with the baby. That's what I think. And Blair Underwood's character is none other than Kyle Barker. And I was thinking, like, who is Overton? Who is Overton? I was like, I just figured out who he is today. I'm thinking he's the brother. He's Jada Pickett's brother. Even though he's not anybody's brother there, you know. But I'm thinking he could have been, the brother could have been represented by Overton because the brother was kind of silly when he had the wig on dancing and stuff, and they was all there like like that at the party. So yeah, I see him as the brother. Okay, so that's everybody. Also, the same man that they were working for played on in Living Single. He was the maintenance man or the custodian or somebody. He was there. Wait, the janitor or the, what do you call that person? The landlord? The handyman? The landlord? He's their landlord. The same man they was working for. Um, Overton came and became the handyman, but before Overton came to be the handyman and was hired, that that man that plays their boss when they're working for the cleaning service, that man is their landlord. And you get to see him again when Max gets cable. And I don't know how she strung her cable up way across the street from somebody had got cable. It was either Max or somebody, but they were on the roof and he was looking to see where the cord went. And it was maybe Khadijah and them. I don't know exactly who got cable, but it was one of them. And he had Overton come and look to see where the cable cord was coming from. And so yeah, you get to see that same man that played their boss and Set It Off. And so yeah, that's cool that they all together there and with a new life. That's what they did. They took the money, they moved to New York. I don't know where they were before. What I don't know where Set It Off was set at. Was set in. I don't know what that town was supposed to be, town, city. But they took the money. This is an alternate ending. I mean alternate universe. They they all survived, took the money, moved to New York, bought um I knew the word. A brick, what do you call that? A brickstone. And there they live. and everybody set out on their dreams. Khadijah got her um, journalism business going. But yeah, I think that's possibly alternate universe of those characters. Hmm. Just like yeah, I think that's cool. Ain't that right, Fran? What you think, Fran? Mm-mm-mm-mm. Um, Let me think. Is there anything else? I like it is a lot. I don't be telling my friend like, mm. Oh, I was looking, and I saw what is called 12 Slaves of Christmas. I had watched this like last year, I think. If you guys want a horror movie, and I don't remember the movies. I rewatched the trailer today to be able to share it with you, so that if you wanted to watch it, you could watch it. Um, but I don't recall the movies. It's an anthology movie. I only recall somewhat of the ending. I recall like the reaction, like it's set up like a movie within a movie, and I only remember the movie. I don't remember the movies within the movie. But I even don't remember everything, but I remember like how it ended, but not really. And it has some figurines of some of the characters from the Puppet Master movies, and some other figurines from what is the gingerbread man. But I don't know if that's actually the name of the movie. But yeah, it's about a gingerbread man. But I don't know if the movies within the movie, the anthologies, I don't even know if they are part of that. Like I don't recall it. Like I know I saw it, but I don't know. I don't. But I was like, maybe my friend want to watch that, so I'll tell you about it. There you go. You can look it up. It's called 12 Slays. Slays. 12 Slays of Christmas. I I did share this with you, friend. I started watching the Chandler's Getaway, the Chandler's Holiday Getaway, something like that. I did share that with you, friends. So if you started watching it, then we together on that. I started watching it. I didn't finish it. I didn't think I watched it before, but as I began to watch it, I realized that yes, I have watched it before. A few times, because I'll turn it on and be like, oh, I don't think I watched it before. And then I'm wound up watching it again. But yeah, it's a pretty movie. But he kind of get on my nerves because his wife wants to, when it first come on, the first scene when they walking down the street on the sidewalk, she's like, I want to do this because this is Chandler's first Christmas, first holidays, and I want it at my house. And then he boom boom stuff his, plant his feet and be like, I don't think Mama so and so gonna like this, and oh, and I'm like, dude, be for her. Like you not there to step in for somebody else. You there, you need to be on her side and be like, okay, that's what you want to do. Well, let's ride then, and then they gonna have to figure something out because this is what we doing. And I'm like, yeah, I turned it off. I did watch some more of it. I watched the when I turned it off when um Ronnie's character, Ronnie from Players Club. I turned it off when she walked up to the character that looked similar to Eddie from the Five Heartbeats. When she walked up to him and said hello or whatever she said, I was like, "Oh, you did too much," and I turned it off. I was like, I ain't gonna be able to do it. So yeah, I have watched it a couple of times already, but yes, it does look new and pretty when it first come on. I be thinking they about to go to the beach because when it comes on, a beach is shown. So I'm like, oh, I haven't seen them go to the beach yet, and I'm not gonna get to see them go to the beach because they went to the mountains in an RV. So I'm like, oh yeah, I did see this before. All right, guys. All right, friend. I'll see you and talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening. You always give your listening ear. Thank you, friend. And thank you for contacting me and reaching out. All is well, girl. Thank you.